Hello and welcome to the Dream Depository. I'm Kelly Proudfoot and I'm joined by Varun, the guardian of the dream world.
Yes, I am here in all my glory.
Well, wonderful pastel shades today with a pearlescent sheen. I love it when you present in different colours and designs. Quite fashionable for a seahorse.
Kelly, you know I'm more than a mere seahorse.
Of course I do, but I have a request before we begin.
The mind boggles.
Please don't sing today.
Well, a request is not a promise, so I'll do my best.
All right, let's get on with it, shall we?
I concur, and I have chosen some fascinating dreams to decipher. These will keep you on your toes.
Good. What's the first one?
Have you had vivid dreams about deceased people you knew? If so, did it seem like they were really with you? This is requested by David.
The most vivid dream I had about someone who'd crossed over is my brother Peter, who passed away in 1997 of a drug overdose. A few days after he died, he appeared in my dreams and dappled light was coming through a lovely canopy of trees in a park. He didn't speak, but I heard him saying that he was fine and to let Mum know. It felt hyper-real, and when I woke up I was so excited to tell everyone.
Wonderful. Did you ever dream of him again?
Yes, about a year later, although it was more of a sleep paralysis situation. I saw him and another man in my hallway as I was lying in bed. It was vivid too, but more like a hypnopompic hallucination. The light in the hallway seemed to be a background of strange planets or the cosmos. My brother and the other guy were wearing long black trench coats and they seemed to be playing with weird cubes and other shapes in their hands. I felt like they were trying to get me to go with them, but I was scared.
I wonder if you should have gone, but others might say that they were really demons trying to get you to leave your body. You've had those experiences before, haven't you?
Yes, but we'll talk about them another time. They were also hypnagogic or hypnopompic, not exactly dreams.
Similar. They're dreams with your eyes open.
Right, but let's look at some other dreams. Incidentally, these all come from Quora, which I will answer there as well, and it seems like it might be a safer option for listeners who'd rather not give out their email addresses.
What does it matter? Aren't email addresses invisible?
You wouldn't understand. Let's get on with it.
For your information, my understanding knows no bounds, seeing as I am the
guardian of the dream world, I know.
Very well. So, we've answered the question about vivid dreams containing deceased people, although I'd like to add, everyone leaves pieces of themselves with others that become embedded in cellular memory, only to reappear in similar circumstances or when their energies are needed.
That's a nice idea.
Quite. For example, I am embedded in you right now.
Okay, what's the next dream?
All right. This question is from Connie, and she asks, what does it mean when you dream about a person? This is quite basic.
It is, but simply put, usually other people in our dreams are representations of ourselves, our behaviours, our likes, dislikes, and so on. Sometimes they appear as themselves so we can examine our relationships with them, but we need to remember that it's our psyches who are summoning their presence, not necessarily them entering our dreams.
Although that does happen sometimes.
Really?
Of course.
That's a little creepy.
What? Dream stalking? I suppose it does happen.
Let's look at the next dream.
All right. Shirley asks, what does it mean if I dreamt about eating my mother? I cut her skin into pieces, tiny pieces, while she was still alive. I started with her stomach and a little bit of her scalp. Oh, that is quite disturbing, isn't it?
Yes, but there's more to it than what appears to be cannibalism. Let's start with cutting her skin into little pieces while she was still alive. I don't know if she was screaming or allowing it, but the idea of skin is linked with the outer appearance. Is she or was she a beautiful woman? And maybe you're wanting to absorb that beauty? Maybe it's about how you saw her or her status in life. You could be desiring the same kind of life, energies, or the adoration she inspired. I wonder if she ever made comments to you such as, "You're eating me out of house and home," or "It's always take, take, take." This could indicate that any feelings of undeserved nourishment or guilt over things your mother did for you or gave you are rising up. Starting with her stomach indicates the need for nourishment. Was she the kind of mother who seemed to be a glutton, or did she hide special food from you so she could keep it for herself? It's hard to accurately decipher dreams without knowing all the aspects of the dreamer's life, so it's important to keep a journal and revisit this dream once you've figured out the symbols and themes and so on.
And what about eating the scalp? I assume that since the scalp is on the head, it refers to thoughts, ideals, or even aspirations.
I agree. The scalp is also associated with hair, so it could include status. It seems that you're quite attached to your mother, Shirley, so it would be a good idea to really meditate on this dream and see what insights you can unearth.
So, here's another one from Quora. I had a dream last night of pulling a long, thin black string like a fishing line out of my mouth, and it didn't stop as I was pulling it. What does this mean?
My first impression is that you have a lot to say and don't feel like you have the freedom to do so. The fact that the string was long and black indicates that there might be a lot of repressed emotions that need to be aired out. As a pun, it could mean that you're at the end of your tether and feel like you could snap at any moment.
Quite. It could also mean that the dreamer feels like they are not being heard and that people don't understand them, no matter how much they try to express themselves.
Yes, it might be time to properly purge yourself and get the words out so you don't feel like you have to give it piecemeal.
All right, what about this one? What does dreaming about jumping off a high window and running away from someone mean?
Well, we've talked about the shadow self before, and while dreams often make us feel like there's something external to ourselves coming to get us, it's usually an aspect of ourselves that we need to face. In this instance, you were jumping off a high window. Taking the mansion of the soul into consideration, windows can represent how we see the world and how the world sees us, and the fact that it was high up could have something to do with the mind or spirituality. It could suggest running away from responsibilities, but my spidey senses are telling me that it could be to do with religion. Is someone trying to coerce you, someone religious who is trying to keep you in the fold, so to speak? Or are you wanting to branch out and find a new religion? It could also indicate ideas, news, or information you don't want to hear. Either way, you're not wanting to face something about yourself or a situation that has recently come up in your life. Sometimes, if we can achieve it, lucid dreaming can help with turning and facing the shadow to see what it wants and to resolve the issue.
Very true. Let us delve into this one. What does it mean when you dream of a family member being in the hospital and he is seen crying with very long Wolverine-like claws? Crying wolf?
Yes, I was thinking that, along with the notion that the family member might be an attention seeker who takes up a lot of time, like an emotional vampire.
Or werewolf?
Yes, okay, sure. If the family member was a representation of yourself, maybe you're hurt and feel like you could lash out at any time. Crying is pretty self-explanatory, and the clause could suggest that there's a possibility that someone could get hurt if the situation isn't resolved.
Yes, and being in the hospital could mean that they have what they need already, but it's not enough.
That could be true. What's the next dream about?
Okay, let us see. Jacqueline advises that she dreamt of multiple snakes and was saved by someone.
Who is the someone? It might not be important since the focus is on the snakes.
Yes, snakes.
We've talked about snakes and how they can represent different things to different people. It all depends on how you feel about them. They can symbolise sexuality, psychic power, the circle of life, or the individuated self. As a pun, a snake in the grass, or several, could be trying to hurt you in real life, especially in regards to your career.
If it's sexual, they might be afraid of their own or others' sexuality.
That's possible. It would be good to know the other circumstances in the dream. Were there snakes everywhere? And where were they? What was their behaviour? Were they coming at you or just happened to be in the vicinity? Further analysis will be useful.
Alright, we are continuing with the animal theme. This one is from Marie, and she advises that she had a dream about a dead fish in a tank. She advises that she tried to bring them back to life. What? Mouth-to-mouth resuscitation? Anyway, she replaced them with living fish and felt much better. What does that mean?
Fish live in the water, and water represents the subconscious, so finding a dead fish could represent emotions that have died and are no longer useful. Trying to bring it back to life might have been a futile attempt at reliving a relationship or feeling due to a sense of nostalgia. The fact that you felt happy after bringing in the new fish obviously shows that you are eager to move on and have some new experiences.
Ooh, romance could be in the air.
That's possible, although there are other emotions aside from those attributed to romance.
Oh, forgive me, all-knowing goddess of dreams.
You are forgiven. What's the next one?
Mary asks, what is the meaning of a dream when one wears dentures, but in the dream they have lost teeth?
Dreaming of loose teeth or pulling teeth out is quite common and is often related to loss of status or abilities. When we pull our teeth out in dreams, it could also indicate that there are things about ourselves that we want to change, getting rid of the old things that no longer serve a purpose. Losing teeth could mean that you're upset that you have to wear dentures and that you don't have your original teeth, which are used for eating, biting and talking. It could be that you feel like you've lost strength or your ability to make an impact in your life or the lives of others.
Very well. Here's an odd one. What does it mean when you have a dream about a white raven stuck between two rocks trying to fly away?
The first thing that came to mind was the saying, stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I thought that as well.
First of all, ravens are usually black, and as a symbol, ravens can signify many things, whether in relation to mythology, such as the Norse ravens who belonged to Odin and represented thought and memory, or secrets from our subconscious.
Or harbingers of death.
Yes, some people think of ravens as symbols of death, but in this dream, since the raven was white, I wonder if it represents pure thought or maybe an idea that's struggling to be created. The fact that the bird was trapped between two rocks indicates that there's something holding you back. It could be two things or people, or maybe your own fears holding you back.
Oh my goodness, now we're continuing on with the white animal theme. Reverend Kayleen Lord asks, What does it mean to have a vivid dream of walking side by side with an albino tiger? I am not talking of a black and white tiger, but a pure white tiger. She goes on to say, I am an angel person, celibate for 26 years and highly spiritual.
Okay, tigers are known to be quite powerful and dangerous, although a white tiger could indicate the idea that the spiritual mind has overcome the supposedly lowly or animalistic earthly desires. It could mean that you have developed mutual understanding of your integrated self, or that you're overcoming negative traits. You mentioned that you are highly spiritual and that you've been celibate for 26 years.
My condolences.
Varun? Anyway, this could have something to do with the white tiger, like a symbol of purity. Walking side by side shows a balance of power or being at one with yourself.
All right, this person says, and we'll need to ignore the grammar. In my dream, me and my crush switched hairs willingly. I tried searching it up, but all the results that showed up was about cutting hair. What does it mean?
Don't be snooty about grammar. Anyway, switching hairs could simply mean that you believe the two of you are like-minded, and if you were swapping hairs willingly, it shows that you enjoy sharing ideas and experiences. It might be one-sided since you had the dream, so I'd be curious about whether or not this is a wish fulfillment dream, or if there's something between you for real.
Yes, wish fulfillment dreams can be bittersweet.
True. Let's see if we can squeeze in one more.
Very well. Alex asks, what do dreams about setting off fireworks in an office mean?
This could be obvious, about starting trouble at your place of work or wanting to stir up trouble. Maybe there are issues at work that you feel that need to be addressed, or something you've done or thinking of doing that could result in fireworks.
Is that it?
Well, yes, there's not much more to go on.
Really? What about fireworks representing celebrations?
That's possible, but I feel like this one was about stirring stuff up. It could be over a celebration or accomplishment.
Yes. Well, let us do one more. I don't hear my seahorse minions calling just yet.
Okay, what have you got for the last dream?
Well, Aiden is asking you a question about your dreams, Kelly. Do you dare to answer?
Of course, bring it.
Bring it. Have you ever visited hell, or a hellish realm, or demons in your dreams? What was it like?
I had a short dream once where I thought I was in hell. It was like being inside a house that was dying. I could see decayed flesh in place of walls, the floor and the ceiling, and it was all breathing in and out like I was inside a putrefied lung. It felt evil, but I couldn't see any demons. I ended up being a part of the house and then submerged in mud before I woke up.
Whatever did that mean?
Well, I was smoking at the time, so I gave up.
Oh? Nothing about your putrid soul?
Don't be so rude. My soul isn't putrid.
Oh, I was teasing.
I think I hear your minions calling, which is good because I can only take so much of you, Varun.
And I of you, silly woman. Goodbye until next time.
Goodbye, Varun, and bye-bye, little baby seahorses. So, listeners, if you'd rather send me your dreams on Quora, if you don't want to share your email, then see the link in the notes. Until next time, pleasant dreams.